as I look at the world today, I think we're moving from a world of weaker renminbi, falling bond yields, falling oil prices, and a stronger US dollar, to a world of rising renminbi, rising bond yields, rising energy prices, and a weaker US dollar. The investment environment has thus been turned on its head. Now, for me, one big question is whether portfolios have already adjusted to this new reality. I think it seems unlikely, not in such a short period of time. Confronting this as inflation accelerates, Western central banks will soon have to make a choice, whether they sacrifice their bond markets and allow yields to rise, or whether they sacrifice their currencies. I think they will sacrifice their currencies. And as they do, this will only further accentuate this reverse Asian crisis that I've just discussed. Now, of course, whenever you look at, you make your investment scenario, you have to think, how could I be wrong? What would make me change my mind? What are the key risks out there to the scenario? The first key risk for me is that Europe could blow up again. Basically, I'm assuming that Europe reopens in the coming months, not even months, weeks. If Europe doesn't reopen, if Europe doesn't have a proper summer, I think you'll have riots in the streets all over Europe in the fall. People will be so upset because Americans are having a summer, the Brits are having a summer. So if the French, the Italians, the Spaniards don't get a summer, they'll riot in the fall. So that's one key risk. But I'm assuming we do get a summer. Another key risk, of course, is that U.S.-China tensions seem to be on the back burner for now. Biden seems to be happy to basically try to keep things on the same even keel where Trump had left them off. There doesn't seem to be much appetite in the administration for further deterioration in the China relationship. Not that they're looking to cure anything for now, but if things stay on an even keel, then yeah, by and large, that it shouldn't be a concern. The obvious way the U.S. could take down China is by basically blocking China from the U.S. dollar payment system. In essence, try to do to China what the U.S. has already done to Iran, to Libya, to Sudan, to Russia. In essence, classify China as a rogue nation. Now, if we did go down this path, this would be a shock to the system that would be greater than the Lehman crisis, which is why I don't think the U.S. can do it. Blocking Iran is one thing. Nobody cares because nobody does any business in Iran. But China is the world's second largest economy, so you can't just block it off of the dollar system. The third risk, I'm assuming that, a Fed today that has been sounding very dovish continues to sound dovish. And that the Fed, as inflation accelerates, the Fed continues to say, well, look, this inflation is temporary and we're going to see through it. The Fed starts changing its tune, then you could see a rally in the dollar. But failing those three key risks, I think for me, the investment environment has changed. And the big change this time around in the investment environment is that, all of us, I assume all of us on this call, have lived our entire lifetimes with the Fed, in essence, beating the tune to which everybody else dances. The Fed being the major central bank that decides when we start to tighten. That's how we've lived our entire lives. In this cycle, you've started to see China tighten first. And this could be a first cycle where China starts, if not to call the tune for the entire world, at least starts calling the tune for itself and for perhaps a large part of Asia as well.